What's up, Storm fans? Bryant Cook, and I am back again recording another Lotus Breach video. I actually recorded one last night. It would have went live last week at some point, but hey, in my timeline, these are back-to-back videos. And this idea comes from Nick Sherrod. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your last name. I'm so bad at name pronunciations. I'm sorry. I can't talk, but please forgive me. Nick, thank you for your contribution to this channel. I do appreciate your support. And this was actually Nick's idea. So Nick is a member of our Discord that you can join for absolutely free. And in there, Nick had this idea of playing Lotus Bloom inside of Lotus Breach. So we have double Lotus, double the power, right? Well, you can't really twiddle this one and do cool stuff with it. But it's still a Lotus. It does Lotus-like things. So we have Lotus Bloom and Lotus Field. Now we just need a Black Lotus, Lotus Petal, some other cards, but whatever. Let's get back on point. So Lotus Bloom. The idea behind Lotus Bloom is that we're already playing Suspend cards like Profane Tutor. And if you suspend Lotus Bloom on turn 1, Profane Tutor on turn 2, they both come off Suspend on turn 4. That's pretty interesting. So the idea here is that you can get Lotus Bloom. Well, you cast Lotus Bloom, you Profane Tutor for Ad Nauseam, and you can go off without Lotus Field in play. Eventually, you'll have to cast Lotus Field, but hey, it's a way that you could potentially win. So I played this last night. I recorded the other Lotus Field video, and then I had so much fun playing that video. I was like, you know what? I'm going to play Nick's list. And I came back, and I played Nick's list, and I went 4-1. It felt pretty good. And what we cut from my list is 3 Consider and land number 20. So here you'll see Consider, and then the 20th land was a fetch land that I ended up cutting. And in that video, I talked about not liking Malevolent Hermit. So this list doesn't have Hermit in it, but it's close enough. We're just trying out a few other cards. But one thing to note about this list is it is a little bit weaker to Teferi and Chalice Zero. So we're playing a second copy of Echoing Truth and Engineered Explosives to help beat those cards. So we'll see how this goes. It did pretty well last night, but I think the raw power level in this list is a little bit higher. That said, is the power level worth consistency? That's the big question. I'm actually pretty low on the main deck Considers, so if this ends up being pretty good, I would be happy. But we'll see what happens. That's my deck tech. I hope you enjoyed it. Nick, once again, thank you. I really do appreciate your support and being an awesome member of this combo community. That's what I've got. I'll see you in match number 1. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. That said, there's no better way of showing your support than becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks, and we get to keep making combo content. The perks get better and better each level you go up. They also stack. To start off, with our Storm Fan tier, you unlock our private members section of our Discord, which comes with a highlighted user profile and then some awesome badges and emotes for YouTube. Looking for Cyborg help? Become a Stormtrooper, our middle tier, for 2 Cyborg guides of your deck choice every single month, on top of 50% off donation decks. Did we mention you also get 10% off merchandise from our shop? With our top tier, the Combo Cabal, you get a free donation deck every single month, 15% off merchandise from our shop, early access to private deck lists, and the most valuable perk in my opinion, videos early. That's right, you heard it, early access to all videos. But maybe sweet perk, secret deck list, early access to videos isn't for you, but you'd still like to show your appreciation. Make sure to check out theepicstorm.com/shop for card singles and Storm swag. Please don't forget to use your membership discounts. Finally, if you want to see your combo deck here on this very YouTube channel, make sure to visit theepicstorm.com/donation decks, where all you have to do is attach your TXT file and pick a donation tier. With our Epic tier, you can even join me in a video to showcase your bold brew in person and explain the ins and outs of your strategy. Card availability won't be an issue due to our new sponsor, Card Hoarder. With Card Hoarder, renting is super easy. If you're looking to get into Magic Online, there isn't a better, more affordable solution than Card Hoarder. Fun fact, you can rent the Epic Storm for 7 tickets a week, which is just a great deal. There are many ways you can support us. Just pick whatever is best for you. In the meantime, let's play some Magic. Welcome to match 1. We're on the draw. We've opened up double land, Lotus Field, Twiddles, Tome Scour. We just need an Underworld Breach. I'm going to snap this one off. Let's go. Basic Forest into Ignoble Hierarch. Okay, draw. Otherworldly Gaze is good here because it can help us find Underworld Breach. Misty Rainforest. Steam Vents. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. Sure. Not really. I don't really know what's going on right now. Okay. So maybe it's like wizards or something? I don't know. Let's grab the Steam Vents. We'll just take the hit. 15 and cast this Otherworldly Gaze. And Nauseam's pretty good here, so is the Dream's Grip. Actually, would Wishclaw win? I think all of these are actually fairly good. We could keep Dream's Grip, Wishclaw, and then that just gives us a deterministic win. Okay, let's keep these. Draw. We'll play the Misty and just pass the turn. Elvish Visionary. It's Shaman or Wizard. Okay, so it's Shamans. What a strange deck. Okay, you got it. All right, we're at 12. Breeding Pool. Okay. This deck is wild. All right, we're going to attempt to win the game now. Let's go search up our Watery Grave. Ouch. We'll do blue, black. Lotus Field. Sacrifice these two. Dream's Grip. Play the Wishclaw. Twiddle. Add blue. Twiddle. Yep. Add red. Activate the Wishclaw. Go get Underworld Breach. Storm 5. Play the Breach. And now we just have the game locked up. So at this point we have Storm 6, Storm 7 now. Grapeshot does it, so I guess I can just cast a pair of those. Cast Grapeshot, Storm 8. Okay. And another. There we go. Game number 1 in the books. No Lotus Bloom that game, but didn't matter. I'll take a win. So, Wizard, Shaman, Tribal. Do we want to board and Fatal Push, or do we just want to stick to the game plan? I'm not sure. I don't know. I think maybe I board in like one extra Echoing Truth, and I'll board out an Inquisition and just call it. Game number 2 on the draw. Here we've opened up a hand that has Lotus Bloom, but the rest of this hand doesn't do anything, so we just have to ship it. This hand's incredibly good. Is Lotus Bloom better than this Echoing Truth? For the sake of science, I'm going to keep the Lotus Bloom. Although I will admit, Consider would probably be better in this hand than the Lotus Bloom. This specific hand, at least. And the Ignoble Hierarch. Draw. Okay, so now we're looking at a turn 3 win. Turn 4 with protection, maybe, if we wait. And there's the doubling creature again. Looks like they're just passing the turn. Let's go fetch up a Watery Grave. Okay. Lotus Bloom, Suspend counter, draw, another Wishclaw Talisman, okay. So we're going to play Wishclaw, and then next turn we can think about possibly trying to win the game. Wishclaw on the table. Elvish Visionary, okay. So this is almost the same as game number 1. And they're activating their Windswept Heath. Temple Garden. Noble Hierarch, okay. And I believe we have a window to try to win the game here. Lotus Bloom and draw. Play the Lotus Field, triggers. Twiddle. Yes. Add 3 red. Underworld Breach. Endurance. So if I wanted to, I could activate Wishclaw, use the red mana, go get Pact and Negation. Cast Pact, and then Twiddle. I think I'd end up being 1 card short of winning. Yeah, I think we would need 1 more card. Just trying to think through this. So Pact. Yeah, we would need 7 cards to win and we only have 6. Alternatively, if I let the Endurance resolve, yeah, it doesn't change anything. I think I could just Echoing Truth my own Underworld Breach and try to win next turn. Okay, and now let's just bounce our Underworld Breach. Pass. On this upcoming turn, we get Lotus Bloom on top of the field. Okay, so we're going to take some damage here, going down to 10 life. Neoform. Am I dead? I don't know what this deck does. Oh, Lavinia. That's annoying. Can I beat that? I don't know if I can. Another Neoform. Eternal Witness. So Neoform in this deck is like a value card. Gets back Endurance. So we have an Echoing Truth I can get, but like that doesn't actually answer the Lavinia here. So this is just going to be countered. We can cast it and put it to the graveyard though for escape fuel. Draw. This would also be countered. All right, let's just go to game 3. And in game 3, I'm going to bring in Fatal Push. Okay, let's get rid of these wrong card. Inquisition of Kozilek. Let's try this out. Game 3, and we're on the play. Sure. Okay, it looks like they've taken a mulligan to 6. We're just going to play a land here and pass the turn. Windswept Heath. And Ignoble Hierarch. A little bit late, Lotus Bloom. A little bit late. Suspend this Profane Tutor and pass. Using Flooded Strand, Steam Vents. And there's the Harmonic Prodigy again. Okay, we're going to take 2 off the Hierarch, going down to 17. Okay, so Lotus Bloom is 2 turns away. This Profane Tutor is coming back next turn. I think I'm just going to play the field. Pass. A lot of lands for a 19 land deck. Noble Hierarch. And Neoform. So they're getting Lavinia here, and Lavinia is going to stop my tutor, which is just a giant pain in the butt. I was hoping to draw something with text on it this game, but even after keeping a hand with a lot of lands, we drew more of them. So I can cast the tutor, but it's countered, which is unfortunate. Draw. Yeah, I'm just being punished here. Okay, pass. Visionary. Okay, so we're taking how much? 5. So I should probably fetch to thin here, even though I don't think it's actually going to help me much. Come on, deck. Please be good. Lotus Bloom's going to be countered. Alright. Draw. Another Twiddle effect. Okay. Ephemerate. I'm not even sure what to call this deck. Another Harmonic Prodigy. Okay. I don't know if I have a draw that gets me out of this. Like, even if I drew Fatal... Like, Fatal Push doesn't do anything here. Underworld Breach doesn't do anything. Sure. Like, I just don't think I have an out. It's certainly not Profane Tutor. Okay, so here we lost, where if Lotus Bloom was considered, we would have had some more sculpting up front. And in these games, I don't think Lotus Field was actually super helpful, but it's only one match. Let's not dwell on this. There's plenty more Magic left to be played. Round number 2 coming up. If you haven't joined them already, I would recommend opening up our description down below and joining our 7 social media networks. They're each great in their own way, but I would strongly suggest joining our Discord server. In there, you will find others just like you looking to improve their Storm game and grow as a combo community. If you're a member of our YouTube channel, you should sync your account to Discord to unlock our private member section that has the latest and greatest deck lists, concepts, and much, much more. Let's get back to comboing out. Chance at Redemption in match number 2. We've opened up a Lotus Bloom. We have a pretty good hand here. I'm excited to see what we can do. Spirebluff Canal into Old Rags. Lotus Bloom, and let's just play a Flooded Strand and pass the turn. Ragavan connects. Triggers. You get a Twiddle. Expressive Iteration. Okay. Misty Rainforest, and they're going to immediately sacrifice it. So that way they can play the Dragon's Rage Channeler in exile from the Expressive Iteration. We'll just go search up a Watery Grave. Okay. I'm sorry. Lotus Bloom Suspend counter. Draw. Inquisition was a very good draw here. Wishclaw and pass. Lightning Bolt, okay. Trying to get this channeler a little bit delirious. They're going to get in there. Ragavan triggers. We go to 11. Exiles Polluted Delta. Didn't want it anyway. Lotus Bloom counter. Draw. Another Twiddle. Wonder if we could actually win here. Let's think about this. So I would Inquisition, play Lotus Field, Twiddle brings us up to 5. Activate Wishclaw brings me down to 4. Untap. Yeah, this doesn't work. So if that's the case, I think I just play Field and pass. Another Lightning Bolt. So we're going to go to 8. The Channeler is now delirious. Mishra's Bauble. So we'll take 5 here. They hit another Twiddle. We are dead if they find Lightning Bolt number 3. Mishra's Bauble. Lotus Bloom. Let's cast the Lotus Bloom. Draw. Well, that was a good one. Let's attempt to untap Lotus Field. Inquisition. Okay, we're gonna let the charm go. Inquisition. Take charm. Sacrifice Lotus Bloom for 3 red, and let's play Underworld Breach. Just making sure that I see what's in their hand. Okay. So we can actually save some time here and skip the whole Twiddle thing, and I can just double Grapeshot them. All right, storm number 8. And Grapeshot again. And it looks like our opponent's conceded. We're off to game 2. So I do like bringing in some bounce spells specifically for Blood Moon. I don't think Engineered Explosives is worth it here. You can bring in packs. One question is, would you rather have Ad Nauseam or Ave in your deck? And it's a tough call because they lower your life total so quickly with this deck, but then again, they have flying creatures like Murktide. In general, I think I actually like Ave a little bit more. So this brings us to 66 cards, which is a lot. So now you have to figure out what to cut. Previously, you would board out Consider. It was like our default side out card. Well, I don't think that's really a consideration. See what I did there? When you don't have it in your deck. So now everything is good. So you have to ask yourself, well, what isn't important about this matchup? In general, I'd say that speed isn't as important. So like maybe you want to consider Lotus Bloom, which might seem a little bit weird when we're siding into Ave Progenitor Ooze. I completely get that. But I don't think this matchup is all about speed. So I think I'm okay with boarding out the Lotus Blooms. And that brings us down to 62. From there, I think we sort of have a lot of protection and bounce. So we have 3 packs, 4 Inquisitions, and then 2 Void Snare, 2 Echoing Truth, which is just a lot. So I think what we're really supposed to do is just board down on bounce spells a little bit. I'm going to do 2 Void Snare, 1 Echoing Truth, and then we can shave an Inquisition. Inquisition's a little bit weird against Ragavan anyway, so if you wanted to, you could even bring the Blooms back in and just completely board out Inquisitions. But the nice thing about Inquisition is that it discards Blood Moon, so I think we have to keep it. Game number 2. So here we have the Turbo Ave hand where we could actually play Ave on turn 2 if we had it, but we don't have the blue source, we have the basic swamp. I'm going to keep this hand and just say, hey, we have other lands in our deck that we can draw. I'll draw one at some point. That's my plan here. As much as I would love to Turbo Ave though. Misty Rainforest. Into Old Rags. Draw. Come on, deck. Please give me an island. I wanna spit out Ave so badly. Ragavan connects. We go to 18. Profane Tutor. I didn't want that. Draw. Killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. Alright. Let's just, I don't know, discard the Otherworldly Gaze. Ragavan connects again. Fluted Delta. Expressive Iteration. Fiery Islet. Draw. There we go. Okay. The opponent has 6 cards in hand, which scares me. I won't lie. I have to hope that they let a Twiddle resolve. Ragavan connects. We go to 14. Void Snare. Okay. Just gonna grab a Watery Grave. The land that I don't care about sacrificing. Draw. Another Otherworldly Gaze. So we're gonna play Lotus Field. And attempt to Twiddle. Please resolve. Come on, it's just a Twiddle. What could go wrong? Are you afraid of Twiddle? Coward? They're countering it. Okay. So our Twiddle is going to be countered. Pass the turn. They have 4 cards. Expressive Iteration. Mishra's Bauble. Millsy Spirebluff Canal. Plays Adawara, 4 cards in hand. We're going to go to 8. Now they can cast Otherworldly Gaze to mill even more cards. That's a big dragon. Okay, so now Ave won't get the job done. Attempt to Twiddle. Attempt to Dream's Grip. Okay, so if they have another counter, we're just dead in the water here. Untap Lotus Field. And now we'll add 3 red. Okay, and then Dream's Grip. Tap for blue. Underworld Breach. Twiddle. Okay. So I think we have this. I mean, our opponent could have something in hand. I don't want to say we definitely have it, but it looks pretty good for us at the moment. Wishclaw. Activate. And now we just go get Tome Scour. Okay. Storm number 11. We Twiddle again. Storm 12. Scour. They're at 15, so we just have to find the Grapeshot, and there it is. Dream Script on tap. That's from 14. Tap for red. It's from 15. Otherworldly Gaze. We'll just mill all of these. I guess I can play the Bauble for free here. It doesn't matter. And then Grapeshot at you. Storm 17. The best deck, according to MTG Goldfish and Modern, just lost to the Lotus Bloom deck. What up? Hi-oh! And that is match number 2, and we are now 1-1. Playing your favorite combo deck in Paper just got so much easier with the Epic Storm Mini Token Pack. You can pick one up at theepicstorm.com/shop for $13. It includes 64 double-sided mini tokens. That's 128 tokens total. And they include 10 black, 10 blue, 10 red, 5 green, 5 white, 3 colorless, 20 storm counters. That means that you can count your way all the way up to 20 for Grapeshot, everyone's favorite Stormwind condition, a Galvanic Relay Exile Indicator, 4 treasure tokens for Strike It Rich, and then 10 Monk tokens for our vintage friends. It also has Slime Time Live, Ave Progenitor Ooze tokens with the power and toughness already built in to make playing in Paper so much easier. No fumbling around with dice. We've got you covered. Make sure to go grab those if you're playing Modern. And then Squirrels versus Goblins, Chatterstorm versus Empty the Warrens, the Battle of the Ages. You definitely need 20 Squirrel tokens and 20 Goblin tokens. You're going to love this mini token pack, I promise. And once again, you can grab that at theepicstorm.com/shop. Round 3 on the play. Unfortunately, we cannot keep this hand. This is almost the same hand. Oh, geez. I think we're actually supposed to just be disciplined and go to 5. Okay, so we can get rid of Watery Grave and a Bauble here. Play the Bauble. Target ourselves. Another Twiddle. We don't need that. I'm just going to fetch up a Watery Grave. Pass the turn. Draw off the Bauble. Delta, okay. Joke's on you, my hand stinks. Draw. Pass the turn. Passing back, draw. That's a good one. So I'm going to avoid playing Lotus Field here, which seems silly. But our opponent let on Swamp, so there's a small chance that they have Smallpox here, and I really don't want to lose to Smallpox. Alright, they're the Cabal Coffers deck. Come on, Tome Scour for the win! Inquisition. Alright, let's cast it. Double Karn, huh? Not very nice. Yikes. We just have to pass here. It's unfortunate because they're about to go get a Tormod's Crypt with this Karn. There's not a whole lot I can do. It's just, it is what it is. Activates Karn the Great Creator. Chalice of the Void. Yikes. Okay, so I am 100% casting Underworld Breach on our turn. Let's go get the Steam Vents. Come on, Tome Scour. I'll take that. Underworld Breach. Untap the Lotus Field. Otherworldly Gaze. Hello, Ad Nauseam. Welcome to the party. Does that win? I'm not sure if it does. Our opponent just conceded the game. So Twiddle, Twiddle. We would actually need triple Twiddle here. I guess this is already untapped, so double Twiddle. Okay, we have it. This is already untapped, so yeah, that wins. Let's bring in Leyline versus the black deck. We did see Chalice of the Void, so I think we want these answers. Bring in Ave to be Graveyard Hate, get the Ad Nauseam out of here. Probably don't want this packed. I think we can get rid of the discard as well. That brings us down to 63. We saw Chalice of the Void. I have to take out 3 cards. I think I want to try something a little bit different this time. And I want to do a split. So we're going to board out 2 Lotus Blooms and 1 Profane Tutor. Helps avoid some of the hate a little bit better this way, while still having some raw power in your deck. Alright, so double Ave is pretty interesting. We're missing land number 2. I think I should just be more disciplined and mulligan this. We'll try this out. Bottom a Lotus Field and put Leyline to Sanctity onto the table. Swamp and Expedition map. Draw. Another Twiddle. Alright, deck, I'm asking you for Ave Progenitor, ooze off the top rope. Draw. Void Snare. Okay. Pass the turn. Chose not to use the map. That's interesting. Maybe they wanted an extra look at like Urborg or Cabal Coffers. I'm not sure. Relic. Whatever. Come on, Ave. Underworld Breach. I think I'm just going to pass for now. Cabal Coffers. That is in fact a Karn the Great Creator. Liquid metal coating. Okay. Draw. Grapeshot. I think we just pass. Karn again. Needle. So they're going to destroy my land. That's pretty unfortunate. I'm going to let it go. I think we just lost this game. I could have played out Lotus Field earlier, but I didn't want to fuel the Relic, because if we do everything in one swift motion, you got more food for Underworld Breach, but it ended up biting me in the butt. Because now they can just play the liquid metal coating, and I guess I could have bounced Karn in response. Oh, never mind. They had to use Karn this turn. Never mind. We still get a window here. Draw. Okay. Draw. Wishclaw. Does that win? So I can go get an island and then Twiddle. I think we should just play Lotus Field and pass. They use Relic. You got it. They just made my job for next turn much easier. So they played a Verdant Catacombs. What you doing? Another Relic. Another Relic, okay. Map, you got it. And then activate map. Cabal Coffers. And they're animating their liquid metal coating. Sure thing. Draw. So Karn's on 2. We're short of getting to Ave here. Alright, we're going to try to do this over multiple turns, I think. I'm just going to play out Claw now. If they only had 1 relic, I think we could have been able to win that turn, but the fact that they had 2 makes it really awkward. Karn the Great Creator. Sundering Titan. Well, you can't target my land. What? I guess it chooses, it doesn't target. So we just lost. Okay, that's a weird ruling. I guess so. Okay. With Karn, I think I'm actually going to get rid of the Lotus Blooms. Let's just grab the Profane. Or we could just, on the play, have a bunch of Blooms in our deck and say, hey, we're getting to our turn 4 before you do for Karn. Alright, I'm actually just going to resubmit the same 75, I think. Game 3. We're on the play. Sure. Put the ley line on the table. Bobble, target ourselves. Another ley line. Let's get that out of here. Pass the turn. Another land. Draw. Bobble. Target myself. Another land. It's thin. Get those lands out. Draw off the bobble. Yikes. Voidwalker. They have a lot of grave hate. Underworld Breach. So this might seem a little bit crazy. I'm bouncing the Voidwalker because I can use Breach as like a double bobble just for cards. I don't know. I just feel like if I don't take this line, the Breach is essentially dead the rest of the game. And they have Relic too. That's a pain. Okay. Let's see if they exile the graveyards in response to this. Okay, so essentially just down a card here. We are not in great shape. So many lands. Voidwalker's back. And map. Draw. Might as well get that last land out of our deck. Pass the turn. Map goes and gets Urborg. And another Dothy Voidwalker. So now we're going to 13. So the way that we beat Graveyard Hate is Ave. With 6 power a turn, our time's running out. I don't know if we're actually going to be fast enough. Okay, pass. Wormcoil Engine. So we are definitely not winning with Ave. I think we're just dead. I don't think we can win this game. Wow. Alright. Otherworldly Gaze. I mean, even if I keep the Echoing Truths and they swing out, they can just recast them. So I don't think I'm allowed to keep these. And they get Echoing Truth for my Ave tokens now. Not that it matters, I'm just dead. 1 and 2. Hey, you're still watching. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe. If you're looking to make a purchase from Card Hoarder, TCG Player, or Amazon and are looking to support us, you can open up our description down below, and in there you will find our affiliate links. Those same links are found on the homepage of the Epic Storm. But that's not all. We've included a Card Hoarder button on our website that will load the Epic Storm in your Card Hoarder cart to make life simple for you. Match 4, we're on the play. Let's see if we can bounce back. That was sort of a rough round for us. This hand seems fine. Alright, Mishra's Bauble. Target us. Lotus Field. I guess I'll keep you around. Okay. Sure. I mean, they're getting a tutor either way. I doubt that they take the Void Snare. Profane Tutor down. Lotus Bloom, let's suspend. So do you think that Lotus Bloom is better than a Consider here? I don't know if I have strong opinions, but one thing that I do find interesting is that eventually, in a million turns, when this is done being unsuspended, we will be able to hardcast Ad Nauseam. Draw. We can actually go get Ad Nauseam right now. But then bounce the Wish Claw with the Void Snare. Give me back my Wish Claw. All mine. Is this the Black Prison deck again? What's going on here? Draw. I mean, I think we're not supposed to play around them potentially being a blue deck. Like, that doesn't feel right to me. Add black. Ad Nauseam. Okay, let's keep flipping. The most expensive card in our deck costs 2, so we can go pretty low on life. We'll stop there. Dream Script, untap the Lotus Field. Bauble. Bauble. Suspend Lotus Bloom. Dream Script. Baubles from 7. Add some red mana here. Underworld Breach. Bauble you. Bauble you. Bauble you. Okay. Twiddle. We can exile some baubles. Storm number 9. Grapeshot. Storm 10. Okay. And Grapeshot again. And this should do it. I have to imagine they're on the black deck that we just faced in the last round, but I'm not really sure. So I'm going to bring the ley lines back in. We could consider not porting out Ad Nauseam and being a crazy person and doing both. I think that we just have to have faith in that the Ave plan will work. I know that it didn't work last round, but sometimes, you know, stuff happens. Let's get rid of these Inquisitions. So that brings us to 60. What if I do this? Let's try 3 and 3 on suspend cards. Let's see how it goes. I mean, it technically has Lotus Field. I don't think you're allowed to keep it, though. Mulligan. Alright, so we have double Lotus Bloom Ave. Let's go. Put a Wish Claw on the bottom. I really hope we get to do this. It would make this would make the video for me if we could pull this off. Urborg. No! Ah. Why? Why? Why we can't have nice things. They took the Wish Claw. Okay. Suspend Bloom. Suspend Bloom. Pass the turn. Cabal Coffers. Profane Tutor. Alright, auto yield. Draw. Land and pass. So it's worth noting that I can tap their Cabal Coffers on their turn 4 to help buy time for the Ave. Okay, so they technically have 3 mana now. Map, that's fine. Okay, so it looks like we're going to get to Dream Script of Cabal Coffers. Lotus Blooms, draw. And another Dream's Grip. Okay. So, I mean, if we're playing super conservatively, I'd actually want to tap down 2 lands. Well, let's see what they get with this map first. If they get another Coffers, I have to tap 2, I think. And they do. Alright, so I'm going to add a stop on their draw step, so that way we make them search their deck for a card, and then we tap their lands. If I had to guess, they're probably getting Karn here. Profane Tutor. Tap the Cabal Coffers. And then we'll tap their Urborg. So this stops Cabal Coffers from being able to tap for 4 mana. Suspends Profane Tutor. So now we get to do the thing. We have 2 Lotus Blooms coming off Suspend. Here's the first one. And the second one. Draw. Ah, we drew the 3rd bloom. Okay. I mean, it's still a slime. Like, we have a little army here. I'll bobble them. Okay. They have a lot of black mana over there. They have Thoughtseize and 3 unknown cards. 9 mana. Karn the Great Creator floating 5. Karn activate. Ensnaring Bridge. Okay. So they still have 3 cards in hand, which means that my 3/3 ooze could attack. And they're going to Thoughtseize themselves here, leaving themselves with just Gristlebrand. So next turn they can actually play Gristlebrand. Okay, so we have a draw off the bobble and then a regular draw step. Island. Okay, so we can kill Karn here, but I think we're short on lethal. Yeah, yeah, I'm 1 point short of lethal. So we'll bounce the grid. Oh, I'm getting some salt in chat. All right, so this is 9-14. So I guess I'm 2 points short of lethal, my bad. Then attack them. Oh, I love salty opponents. All right, get in there. Profane Tutor. Let's see what they do. Okay, so they drew a land. We know that they have Bridge and Gristlebrand. 12 mana. Damnation into Gristle, pretty good. Okay, draw. Ah, without the Damnation, that would have been lethal. What do we do here? Their last card is the Ensnaring Bridge. Sure. They're activating map. Abandoned Mire. That's the one that gets back creatures from the graveyard. Or Planeswalker. Okay. They milled Emrakul. That's just good deck building. Okay. I guess they were still allowed to get back their Karn. Nile Spellbomb. Alright, they got this one despite their salt. I guess there's still another game. Okay, so I don't think I love the Ave plan. I mean, our opponent showed that they left in Damnation. So I think I'm going to pivot, and I'm going to be a crazy person. I'm going to do Leyline plus Ad Nauseam, I think. But I'm going to shave a little bit. I think I might do like 2 Leylines. Try something like this. Game 3. We're on the play. This hand just doesn't do anything. Perfect hand. Alright, let's bottom this otherworldly gaze. The opponent also taking a mulligan. Leyline of Sanctity. Misty Reinforced and pass the turn. Okay. Let's search our deck for a Watery Grave here. Want to draw another Twiddle. Yeah, it's fine. Castle Lockthane. Dothy Voidwalker. Bobble. Play the Bobble, and then we'll play Lotus Field. Pass the turn. So we can cast Ad Nauseam next turn. But we'll have to deal with Dothy. Alright, going to 16. Target our opponent with Bobble. Golos. Draw off Bobble. And Void Snare. Okay, so we're going to cast Ad Nauseam and see what happens. 16 life. We have 1 4-drop in our deck. Ad Nauseam. And to make everyone happy, let's pop this. Oh, this one? There we go. Pop that out. We flipped the 4-drop. Let's flip again. Now we're at 4. If I flip a 2, I still have a basic island in the deck. So let's flip. Okay. 3. I think we have to stop here. Alright, let's suspend these Lotus Blooms. It's sort of free to do so. And then we can go to 2 and go get our basic island. We actually didn't reveal an Underworld Breach and all of that. Kind of wild. I think it might just be better to bounce the Dothy and pass, rather than like trying to twiddle into a win here. So we could twiddle, untap this, tap the Lotus Field, go down to 2 mana, Voidwalker. And then, so let's count this Dreamscript gone down here. After all of that, we can twiddle twice, going up to 6 mana. But then Underworld Breach has barely any fuel. I could Wishclaw for Breach, but I'd actually be a little tucked on mana. If I had one more Twiddle, it'd be a win. Yeah, I think we're just supposed to bounce. Okay. And then let's just, you know, pass the turn. 2 life. Verdant Catacombs. Okay. Let's find some cards to discard here. Discard this other Profane. Get rid of the Otherworldly Gaze. There we go. We have double bounce spell. We can go get Underworld Breach. Dothy Voidwalker's back. And Lotus Blooms. Do I get one of them this turn? No. Sorry, I forgot that I suspended both of them last turn. Draw. Void Snare. Okay. I mean, I just think we try to win here. Undo. We need to add black mana here. Twiddle. Wishclaw. Activate the Wishclaw. Let's get an Underworld Breach and cast it. If our opponent for some reason has some sort of effect that could kill Breach, we can bounce it with Echoing Truth. Okay. Twiddle. Storm 8. Yes. Twiddle again. And again. Storm number 10. Let's cast Otherworldly Gaze, why not? And this will get the job done. So we can cast Grapeshot twice without giving them the ability to Surgical. Okay, so it looks like we're going to get match number 4 over this black Cabal Coffers deck. Back when I was a kid, this was called Mono Black Control. Cabal Coffers was very big when I was first getting into Magic. I started during Invasion Block, and Torment was only like a year or so later. The Mono Black deck in Standard was pretty good. First, it was like a Corrupt deck with like Mind Sludge or whatever it's called, and then it became like a what was the pit boss called? Why can't I think of her name? I can picture the card art. She's from Onslaught. She was so badass. Visara the Dreadful, is that it? Yeah. I have a memory. Yeah, look at this lady. Gorgon Legend. Pretty sweet. Alright, enough reminiscing about the past. Let's get to match number 5. If you're looking for more great Magic the Gathering content, definitely check out the Eternal Glory podcast. It is myself, Bryant Cook, alongside Brian Koval and Phil Gallagher. We primarily discuss Legacy. That said, a lot of what we talk about transcends all formats. We're available on all major podcast platforms. The 5th and final match. Our opponent has revealed a Yorion, and we will keep. Pretty solid hand for us. Basic Forest, Abundant Growth, okay. Draw, Lotus Bloom, hell yeah. Alright, let's Inquisition, try to knock a Teferi out of their hand. Hiya. What do we have here? Looks like they're missing land number 2, so let's take this Abundant Growth. No Justice. Okay. Draw. Lotus Field. We're looking at a pretty good hand right here. Could potentially try to win on our following turn. I don't know if we will, but we could try it. So as of right now, we could go for it. We'd play Lotus Field, use Wishclaw to go get a Twiddle. Actually, that doesn't work. I'd have to draw a Twiddle in order to go for it. And now they're going to cast Eladamri's Call. Omnath, Locust of Creation. And another land off the top rope. Jeez Louise. Okay. Prison Reef. Lotus Bloom. One more turn on this. Draw. We hit the Twiddle. I think we just go. Okay. Twiddle the Lotus Field. Yes. Tap for red. Underworld Breach. Uh-oh. It's not looking good for the opponent here. Use the red. Let's go get that Tome Scour. Turn 3, never even needed the Lotus Field. Way too slow. Or Lotus Bloom, I'm sorry, not Lotus Field. Too many Lodi. Twiddle. Storm 6. And our opponent's conceded the game. Off to the post board. Let's get those packs in here. I think we could probably just board out Lotus Bloom. Yeah, at least some number of them. I guess I'll leave one? I don't know. Like, is one better than another bounce spell? I don't know. Maybe a bounce spell's better. The deck's pretty slow, so I don't think that, like, the speed of Lotus Bloom really matters that much. Hell yeah, this hand's great. We just need to find the second land. Keep. Beseju who endures. I will be the one enduring, thank you very much. Okay. Let's Inquisition. Probably gonna get veiled here. Ooh, didn't see that coming. I figured if they kept the Beseju hand and didn't play a Turn 1 Growth, there's a good chance they had the Veil. But I feel like, I don't know, we were supposed to cast it there. Like, I guess I could have played the Otherworldly Gaze. Why did you get a second Forest? Oh, okay. That would make more sense now. Okay, and another Abundant Growth floating a blue. In our upkeep, we'll cast this Otherworldly Gaze to help find land number 2. Do I want to keep this? I think I might. Let's play the Vents and pass. 3 mana. They named blue with the Utopia Sprawl. Eternal Witness. Gets a land. Sacred Foundry untapped. So they have like an Ephemerate here. Let's Inquisition. Force a negation. So they can get back the force with the Ephemerate. I think I'm gonna take the Ephemerate here. I can also like try to get them by casting Ad Nauseam on their turn to play around the force. And here comes Omnath. Misty Rainforest. Okay, so they have 4 cards. Eladamri's Call, Magus. Wow, was not expecting Magus the Moon. I mean, I have the Echoing Truth, but I guess I could have played around it a little bit better. Yikes, that worked out very well for them. Okay, I feel like this game slipped away from me. Draw. Alright, next game. Magus of the Moon. Okay. I think 3 bounce spells is enough. I'm just going to resubmit and play a little more carefully around that. Game 3. Yorion, so I want to keep this. I just don't think we're allowed to. These 3 are way too clunky. This is a little bit better. Just going to bottom the Echoing Truth. Play the Bauble. Target myself. Breach is fine. Target them. Omnath. Drop the Bauble. Void Snare is decent. Okay. So we're going to get the basic Swamp here and Suspend Profane Tutor. So what we're looking for are Lotus Field, a Twiddle, and a Pact of Negation. Those are the 3 cards we really want. Fortunately for us, we have 2 tutors that we're setting up, but I'd like to draw one of those cards naturally. Abundant Growth, okay. Tutor, draw. Okay. Suspend Tutor, pass the turn. Risen Reef. So we get 1 card here with the tutor. Question is, which one do we get? I think we're supposed to just get the field. I'm going to feel so bad when I lose to Magus of the Moon, though. Alright, let's see if my Breach resolves. I just want to buy back a Mishra's Bauble here, actually. Okay. Target them. Another Risen Reef. I'm going to take the risk on playing the Lotus Field. Pass the turn. Watery Grave. I don't know what that does for me. Risen Reef. We'll take 1. Question is, what do I get with the tutor? I really don't know. Part of me thinks that I just get Packed and then pray to draw a Twiddle for this Ad Nauseam. We have 8 Twiddles that are hits. Come on, Doc. Not a hit. Okay. Let's just play the Watery Grave. And I'm going to scour myself. See if I can hit a Twiddle this way. So that way next turn we can just fight over the Breach. And I did hit a Dream's Grip. Okay. And they don't know that we are sitting on Island Void Snare. So if they decide to spend their turn putting Magus into play, we actually have a natural counter for that. Ephemerate, sure thing. Now they get to Ephemerate again. 11 cards in hand. There's Omnath. Okay. 12 cards in hand now. Yikes. Okay. And here comes Magus. Yep. So they have 10 cards. We're dead to double Force and Negation, but I can't beat that anyway. We take 1 down to 13, and then we have to figure out how to win from here. I'd love to draw a Twiddle. We're actually also dead to Force and Negation Endurance. Draw. Land does not do it. Let's attempt to bounce the Magus. We have to Pact. And they got us. Actually, that's not true. Okay, I'm still technically in this. I mean, it's like very unlikely that I win from here, but we actually still stand a shot. So I can play Breach here and draw like 3 or 4 cards off the Bauble. If they have Endurance, I'm definitely dead though. Okay. So our opponent had it all. So we went 2-3. Not the best record. But I'll be honest, the deck didn't feel as good as it did last night when I went 4-1. The Lotus Blooms never felt like they were truly necessary. I'm definitely glad that I got to do the double Lotus Bloom Ave line. I lost that game, but it was a blast. So I'm not really sure where to go from here. I feel like Consider's a card that it's worth exploring not playing it. Like, I think it's fine. I don't dislike Consider. It's just, it doesn't feel necessary towards the game plan anymore. Like, the printing of Otherworldly Gaze really changed how I view this deck, and this card just does everything we want, but better than Consider. So Consider's a fine role player, but I'm just open to the idea of possibly playing another card here. I'm not really sure what else to do with the board. Leylines, I mean, they still feel good to me. If you don't want to play them, you don't have to, but I still really like them. I get that you have to board out Ad Nauseam, but Ave does a pretty good job on its own. That's what I've got. Let me know what you think. I'm open for cards that speed the deck up. If I remember correctly, the video that I uploaded yesterday or recorded yesterday, maybe that was the members only video I recorded with, it was the members only video that I recorded with the Gemstone Caverns. Speaking of which, 2 Japanese foils came in the mail today. I don't know if you can see these or not, but ooh. I recorded those, but I was really underwhelmed by them, if I'm being honest. So I don't think I want to be playing Gemstone Caverns, but I think I'm interested in other ways of possibly speeding up the deck if I can figure out what they are. I don't know what they are yet, but certainly keeping an open mind. I'm just rambling at this point, so I'm going to go watch the Mets game and export this video. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate you. Thank you to Nick for this donation deck. I'm sorry that Lotus Bloom wasn't as good as it was for me last night. I know you really wanted to highlight the card, but sometimes that's what happens. Take care. Keep storming. Hey, Bryant Cook here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, but also follow the social media channels down below. If you want to support this content directly, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/shop. And if you need a little bit of assistance with the Epic Storm to get to that next level, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/tutoring. Don't worry, there's more great content coming right up.